Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I got a problem.
I got a whole lot of ground that just won't grow anything. Now there's little fits and starts of things in here, but not much going on. I thought at first it was just the dirt was bad, and then we brought in a whole load of topsoil. Nothing grew on it. Now, it was bank run. It wasn't anything like potting soil or anything great. But we brought in topsoil and I planted grass seed on it, and we ended up with kind of sketchy coverage. But as you can see, anywhere there isn't grass growing, it's mostly sand. And I think the dirt that we brought in was just bank run sand or bank run dirt, and it wasn't anything that works too well. The other thing I got going on is I'm underneath maple trees. They're real nice maple trees, but they block all the sun. And mixed in with the maple trees are these pine trees. Now, pine trees tend to block out the sun underneath them too. Kind of reduces competition. And I've been told that pine trees tend to make the ground underneath them a little bit unfriendly for anything else to grow. So that might be a part of it. But I think the biggest thing is shade. Maple trees just shade out everything, and the pine trees don't help at all. I did find some grass in the backyard that will grow in the most dense shade I've found. So I'm going to take a sample of that down to the Farm Bureau and see if I can find out what kind of seed it is. I've bought dense seed and it didn't work. I mean, it grew, but didn't grow well. But this little pale grass comes up in clumps. It's thin, spindly stuff, but it fills in, and it looks like it's fairly robust. So I'm going to see if I can figure out what that is. In the meantime, I complained bitterly about having to compost the leaves because I can't haul them away, and I can't burn them. Well, all my labor has come full circle, and now I've got actually some good dirt out of it. Not perfect. It's got sticks and leaves and all kinds of junk in it, but it's good black dirt. And I'm hoping that I can use it to cover up these roots. Now I took the tractor and dug out a couple of scoops of it underneath the compost pile. You can see the leaves in a big section of it. But I'm going to rake it out, see if I can't cover these roots. If nothing else, I'll give myself a little bit easier ride this summer. And then I'm going to plant. I'm going to find out what that seed is, and I'm going to plant that seed. Now, I don't have enough dirt to cover everything. But I think I got enough to give it dusting. And hopefully I'll be able to expand my grass coverage. This is the patches of grass that actually grow in the dark. It's growing right around this tree, everywhere but right underneath the seat boards. Grass is growing underneath this bench. And this is mostly ashes and junk. The thing that gives me hope, though, is right here. I have the densest shade in the whole yard. I'm in the middle of giant maple trees all the way around. And there in the middle is this patch of grass. And it's sprinkled out around from this patch too. What I'm wondering, since this is the lowest spot in the yard, and I have put literally pounds of grass seed back here trying to get anything to grow. Expensive grass seed, shade grass seed. I wonder if the grass seed that is taking root back here is like a 1% inert stuff kind of thing that came in the bags. Because there's not much of it, and it's kind of scattered, but it's mostly gathered up here in the low spot. This is the thickest patch. If I can get this much grass to grow, I will be ecstatic. That little bit right there is the only really good patch of it, but you can see that the dirt is held down and it's not blowing away, and it seems to be working well. And it seems to be fairly robust little grass too. This is the burn pile where I have an approved grate over the top of it and a fire ring and all the other things required to generate CO2 in my home area. And right there, that little grass is growing. So anyways, that's my hope for the future. Today's project involves scraping up the dirt from underneath the compost pile, hauling it out front, raking it out, and see if I can't get that to take. Now that's the 2 little scoops that I took out last night. And we'll be using our old friend the hydro hoe, which is an awesome piece of equipment. It's not as good as a front end loader would be, or maybe it's better, I don't know. But it does work. Scoop up dirt, hauls it around, dumps it easily. Nice thing to have. That's the antique tool in today's presentation. 1948 tractor and a hydro hoe, which is, I think, at least as old, if not older.
If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.